Mm. Happy New Year, blessed beings. I gotta hand it to you. I remember at the beginning of 2025, which I knew was going to require a lot of attention on our part. I just said, if you're going to do this, you got to be consistent because I knew we needed a driving force to get us through 2025. Um, And someday we'll just have we'll have a check-in and just see what it was like. But I could tell by just the energy that you were bringing to every one of our meditations, and with I think there was one time it was a full moon meditation where it just was not the right night, but there's always eight or more. And so I just want to say, first thing that comes to mind is blessed be to thee. And I'm having this visualization of these sentient blessings just kind of descending down into your field, just as a good start to this year. Oh my gosh. And I just want to say that yes, we have 10, but we have 11 because that other being who's in my room right here appears to be a dog, but she's a dimensional being, and she knows when we're going to do this, and she gets in her spot on the rug right there. So we have our magical 11. Uh, all numbers are magical in one way or the other, but I like the double numbers. So, and I love wolves. There's something about them. Someone did a reading for me and they said you have definitely have wolf energy. And wolf is teacher. And so a wolf allocated this responsibility to me. And I thank you for showing up in such a way that it makes my calling possible for these last years. You know, some of you have been with me for a long time. And I just appreciate everybody who not only has added in, but who have been responsible for adding people in, who've just said, you've got to do this. And those people obviously were the right people because they stayed and contributed to what our work has happened. Um, I do want to acknowledge this year of the fire horse. Last year was the wind snake, and it was all about shedding unnecessary skin. Raise your hand if that happened to you, that you had to shed some things. I had to shed a lot of things. Um, but it was all good. It was all part of the plan, all necessary. And where I am now in my reality is sometimes I can't believe it. I mean, just it's almost humorous, the manifestations that happen. I think, it'd be really nice. I'd really like someone's leftover Christmas tree so I could plant it for them and, grow it for the year to give away. Someone gave me one today. I mean, I had the thought yesterday. These are the things that are possible as we engage, not only with this work, because this is, when we meet, it's once a week, but also it's attending to your moments throughout the day. And as we go along, we kind of get tuned into our spiritual hacks, as I call them. I'm writing about them and deeply immersed in them right now, which I think is what's gotten me through. But living in the moment, even if you only get to do that 1 to 5 times in this solar cycle we call a day, practice makes us perfect in that way. So let's just take that moment, pause your capacity to think. And let's create a universal moment right here, right now in our collective. And I'm going to just suggest that a slight nod of the head and saying yes to sublime guidance coming through when you have those pauses, when you have those moments of relinquishing to the moment, to point zero or 0 point. And over last year, we were gifted something called So No. It's like, so, no. And so I would love it if we just open our crown chakra and our third eye, our centers of knowing, and just each one of you deserve to have a really great guidance download in this next moment. And so I'm going to hold space for us all to do that as if we're in this room where I am, and we're all maybe even holding quantum hands. And asking the guidance to come forth as one of your blessings for being absolutely so dedicated to our work. And accompanying that with love, 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 love. Heart 7. Mm. Mm. And a deepening of that avatar love. 7th dimensional love. Actually, it's 12th. Kind of dumbing down to the 7th. Asking to be allowed into your embodiment. Love, 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 love. And I almost see that point of guidance as it's almost like it almost looks like the Star of Bethlehem in that radiance, that psh, but it's not. Could it be Three-Eye Atlas as just as a transmitter from somewhere else? I am not sure, but there is a transmission coming through right now. Mm. And it's first the blessing. You are not alone. You already know that, but I am to reiterate it. You are not alone. In a sense, they, which I will call we, because some of the words that will come forth will be their words. So we are turning a dial to tune in to you and subsequently attune you to our frequency so that there can be a communication that will guide you on your individual path to awakening with assistance in accelerating that path of awakening for you to keep up with this fire horse. That fire horse is going to be galloping, even as we attune into how reality unfolds here. So metaphorically, get on your horse, grab the reins, find your seating, attune your determination and intention primarily first to your awakening. Really, we are to focus on our personal awakening this year. Mm. And one by one, they're pinging you with a very, in their terms, very simple plan. In our terms, the navigation through density can make it a little bit more complex than it needs to be. But they're saying, here it is, boom. And I'm hearing now the circle is complete. The pings are have pinged. And breathe now to receive. And I do, as I sense, I'm sensing that we probably even have 12 this evening because I think others are tuning into the channel collectively. So there it is. And just ping, 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 ping. And I'm to tell you that it is your destiny. It is your responsibility. It is your aligned intent to do good for the good of all that will foster and enhance your path this year. And some of you will recall that we were asked to ground on our 5D sidewalk. Nope. I think it's your 5D horse. If you want, you can be on a surfboard. Some people may say, I kind of prefer an escalator. Great. But it's got to be it's got to be moving and it's got to be grooving. And it's got to groove to the fluctuations that will be coming in as installations. There's going to be 5 different pronounced installations of energy. The first one is going to happen January 21st. And that will be, I believe, I think that might even be on a Friday. So put that on your calendar just to have a drop in. So January 21st. It'll be like almost a jag up. It won't be a zoop, it'll be a jag up. We may see something happening in density world. And of course, it will be the shift into Aquarius on that module right there. The age, perhaps, of. And they're asking us now to time travel to January 21st and to I guess the word is channel energy through our chakras and into that moment to give it a boost, a smoothing boost. Here we go. So it's not so jagged. There we go. Right there. You can probably feel the pulse of it coming through you and into your hands. Right. Right there. Right there. Right there. Breathe. And 0 point for a moment. Mm. And they are telling me that we collectively erased a destiny point, something that was meant to happen in a particular way that was jagged. Mm-hmm. And we've smoothed out the corners, but it's also, hang on. It's an upgrade in our ability to perceive and receive. And there's something about a rhyming word there, deceive, that will be modified. So something will be revealed, perhaps. Something will be revealed. There we go. We're still modifying here. And they're telling me that we will attend to the levels only one segment at a time, these shifts, these 5 shifts. Because we don't want to get too far forward of this moment. And then they're turning my attention to the symbolism before us of the wolf and how wolves do have leaders, but they're very pack oriented and very have really been able to when not meddled with, they've learned to thrive. rather than just survive. And this is a point where pack mentality actually works. It's collective, it's quantum. Protective, nurturing. And aligned with the balance. Aligned with the balance of this natural projection here we call nature. And it's almost as if we observe and influence nature by our actions, but really we're being asked to observe and receive the vibration of nature to school us in how the how of and the how of navigating through the future now, which can take one of two turns for each of us. And also being advised to attune once again to your own inner teacher. Your own inner teacher. And when you can have that pause in the moment, just try, now what? Okay, I wonder, now what? And absolutely move to 0 point for that moment to see if there is a direct wiggle of guidance that comes through. And then they're telling me, our focus has really been on the planetary upleveling, and they're saying that this year is going to be a little different in that the greatest thing that we can do is to apply everything that's come through and to awaken as the radiant beings that we've come to be. So, yes, we will be focusing outwardly, but really nurturing and attending to our awakening, because they're saying, let's say this pod of beings awakens 5 levels, 5 significant levels over this year. This will serve as a great boon to planetary consciousness because we're doing it as a pod. And there will be really beautiful pods out there that will be doing similar things in their own way. And we're here to love and support each other, even if it's on the quantum. And it's being suggested now that we say, as if we were collecting in this particular density space, you look around and you at everybody, so that I do believe that there's probably, close to a dozen of us. You look around and say, okay, I love and support you. I love and support you. I love and support you on your path. I love and support you. And then love, 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 love. Find the pulse of that avatar love ringing through your vehicle. For you, as you. And now, as you're doing that, beautiful beings, the field just went crystalline. And now they're saying that good job. 5, 6, and 7 now is going to upgrade to 8. And so allow your palms to face upward. And listen to your breath. Love, 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 love. They're reworking the network that feeds into our pod. And they're blessing each of you as an avatar. Or let's just say a being who is embodying incoming frequencies that are Christ, Buddha, Gaia, Tara, Sanat Kumara, Zayin, Chaya, Athabascar, Vosa, Shekinah, Tato, Katen, Ayan, Trayan. Baratana, Sheng, Aduhentes, Anaswara. And they're suggesting that you give permission for your DNA to be upgraded. There you go. Whoa. DNA upgraded. DNA upgraded. Up leveled. Seventh strand. If you slightly nod your head and your body, it will assist those vibrations coming in to the physicality. Mm, mm. Each one of you now is getting pinged. And embrace, if you will, a lightness of being, almost the sense of levitating. Receiving with your exhale. Mm. And they said with a smile, don't be afraid of the possibility of being magical beings. If there's any constructs in there that say, oh no, this is not possible, fling them, fling them, fling them. Fling any contradictions to magical being. Receive the ping. And then bring it into full presence with love, 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 love. The welcoming committee. L7. Yes. Says, yeah, let's do it. And they are advising, find ways to not be social, to be reclusive in just even small parts of the day so that there is time space to be 5 and 6 quantum crystalline, embodying 7 and 8. And some of you may look down and see that your etheric body looks different. Mm. And listen to your exhales now for a few moments here. Mm. Mm. Oh my gosh. It just thanks to yourself that you co-created being here. Not only on the planet for this destined moment, but collectively as us, as the IC, you created being this and here and the fabric. Yeah. So they're telling me, mm, accept the 8, and there will be more information on that. But for now, it's an upgrade organization of how reality, you will be more participating in creating reality out of your path of evolution. Rather than density happening, you meet the challenge, you say, okay, how can I be the best being that I can be? You'll go, oh, that was interesting what just happened. And you'll realize, oh, yesterday I had that thought. It already happened. Now, how can that be? Oh, that's right. I'm a magical being now. Mm. Well, we give thanks to this beautiful spirit animal, the wolf, for just representing the teacher within all of us. And I'm being reminded to remind you that there are breakthroughs into this reality that are happening that will be doing their best to have influence in a positive way as suggestions, as guidance, as possibility to herald in one reality of predominantly 5D. And what I want to say is totally okay to be 3D. Some people, some beings are committed to it. Totally okay. And we mustn't let it, those choices migrate us off our path of awakening. And I'm going to say this again, we are really going to be focusing on this awakening in a way that's, well, I'm going to say correct for you, but also magical in ways that one might think that was quick. And so they're also reminding me to give you some advice. And you know how good I am at doing that. Just wonder to yourself, like, how can I create more moments, more still points? Yes, meditation is good, but it's also really, really good to just pause in the middle of doing dishes and go, or look out the window, or or see what you're seeing as a simulation and go, take the pause that awakens. And consider saying yes to the predominant avatar frequency that bids to come through you, that you bid for. You bid for it. It's now saying it's knocking on the door. And yes, it's okay. I mean, if Yeshua could do it and Siddhartha could do it, why not you? And it doesn't mean to go out and start a religion. Got enough of those. No, it means merely that we're to walk around. We're to walk around and be it. Ping, 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 ping. You know, across the US. Ping, 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 ping. And if you get to do it once a week for a moment, yay. Yay. Okay, blessed beings. We got a new surfboard, a new ride. We got a new ride for this year. I love horses. I've been thinking about horses for a while now. I really want to go be with some horses, and I had no idea it was the year of the horse. So I'm going to go find a horse. Now, before we go, I am going to say it is a Wednesday. Okay, okay. Thank you, Temple. It's a Wednesday, that 21st. She looked it up for us and appreciating that. So, just note it. And I don't know. I'm not in charge of it, but just see what occurs. I just keep getting that date. And I happen to know several people are putting out influential books, etc., right around that date. So it's a time of, it could be just a time of offering, of like, yes, this is what we got here. Okay, you beautiful, gorgeous beings. Thank you for taking time out on a Friday night to come and join us. And we received something. The eight received the eight. So blessed be. We'll see you on we'll see you on Monday at 10 a.m. PT.